Good morning in Houston, good afternoon in Dubai, and welcome to all around the world. This is Mr. B on Free Talk with Mr. B. We're following up on our subject, giving back, and our giving back subject was paying back is not giving back. So we wanted to make sure we clarify the difference and give some of our feedback. Yes, Sameena?
Yes, hi everyone. So last week we were discussing on paying back. It may not be giving back, but then we heard a lot of different perspectives from our host as well as our guests on the show. Mr. Hussein very clearly, I still have that sentence on my mind which says we can pay forward, and paying back may just be for one person, and giving back maybe for multiple people. So hi, I see someone just join in. Yes, that's Miss Dedra.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Miss Dedra. Hi, Miss Dedra. How are you?
And it was my responsibility to correct that. That's Dedra.
It's actually Dedra. Thank you. Yes. Now you can know too, Sameena.
Yeah, I've been saying it wrong for a while. We want our listeners to know it's Dedra, and I'm Mr. B.
Thank you.
Hi, Miss Dedra.
Yes.
Nice to
Welcome,
meet you.
Ms. Dedra. So we were just speaking to Jess, who is our guest on the show today. So Jess, what is your thought on the statement, which is paying back may not be equivalent to giving back? Paying back is not giving back.
I believe that when we say paying back, it's not giving back. It's actually there when you think it, it's for me it's very broad, and it's very subjective as well. Because I know that when you share something within yourself and within the community, it's a different story. So I believe that when you share something, it should be inspirational. It should be a learning that could benefit your whole totality as a human being, and of course uh, your involvement to the community. And as a person who loves to share and who loves to involve in a community event, in a community um, indulgement, there's a lot of things that I really saw and learned from that experience. So giving back, I think paying back is that that's your own personal gesture
Mhm.
to how or extent or how far you will take that. But giving back is something broad that I think it involves not only one person, but also a collaborative effort, which inspiring and also making change to yourself and to the community as well.
Great, that's nice. And we all come from different backgrounds in different countries to Dubai
Yes.
to work here. And I'd like to ask you about, if you could share a little bit about, if you know of any instances which strike your mind when you have paid forward to the community, or someone has been being or still is paying forward, whoever has been helped or who helps.
Um, Thank you for that. Actually, for that question, Professor Samina, because I had actually the experience just last year that was a test for myself of how far of a test of professionalism, a test of character, a test of friendship, and a test of survival. Um, I was being um, criticized. I was judged by so many people, most especially the people that I know or I thought who's with me. I know I was thinking that they're on beside me, but for me, getting that experience is a life changing for me. And for me, I love to share. I love to make difference. I love to really show to the people that there's always something in yourself and you can always do something for the community. So that's really that's really actually I'm so emotional when I talk about that because it changed so much. It changed my whole self, my life, and my perspective because I was so challenged. I mean, I was in the midst of I don't know who I can trust. I don't know where I should go. I don't know where I live as of that moment. I have nothing. I have nothing. But God is really so good. God is really so good. Like um, I'm gonna say this so loud that I am so grateful with my boss, Miss Rona Morada. Actually, our company is eSolution, and together with her partner, Sir David Van de Velde, these two individuals have given me huge impact. Because they're the people who believed in me despite of everything, despite of that failure, despite of that judgment, despite of that downfall. They're the ones who beside me. They're the ones who believe in me and have faith in me that no, you can do it. And I know it's just an honest mistake. I know that you just wanted to deliver quality. We know that you just wanted to inspire and bring so much joy to the community. But on that certain period, I have nothing. I don't know how to where I can buy food. I don't know how to live. I pay my rent. Nothing. Even one single dirhams in my pocket, I don't know. And there's a lot like I have anxiety and depression that every time my phone rings, these people will chase me. These people will really bug me. Where are you? Pay this and all of this stuff that sometimes it's so foul as a human being to hear that. But they stand for me. They stood for me like no. As e-solution, to be very honest, e-solution is not just a company. E-solution is not just what you call a business who just want to earn money. We will not be hypocrite, but every business wants to earn. But this business is not just like that. This company was created through our hearts. This company is our baby, and then to be very honest, it's a company where we always give back, to the community because we actually encourage individual or people if you have a charity, chosen charity, and if our company can help you in any way for that, we will be there to help. It's not like we created an event and then that's it. We have this money and then we will enjoy that money. No, we believe in charitable causes. We believe in giving back to the community. And now saying that paying back is something that was instilled in me that I don't do revenge. I don't like what you do to me is I will not copy that. I will not say something bad to you as well. But standing up, believe in
Yeah.
yourself, getting some faith, and telling everybody that everybody deserves chances. And as long as you are ready to learn, as long as you are ready to hone yourself again, bring back yourself again in a learned manner, I think you can be an inspiration. And I want to tell this to everybody that don't don't take someone or don't put words on someone unless you don't know the whole story or unless you don't know the person. It's just like don't judge the book by its cover because you don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're trying to get in just to surpass one struggle, one problem. Most especially if that person struggles so much in life. I am so inspired by my boss, Ma'am Rana Murada, because she's she introduced me to have a faith again with our Lord Jesus Christ. She gave me the faith and telling me that you can do this. And I was so inspired of how her faith of the Lord so strong that we are nothing if without him. So really, like, for that moment on, I say to myself that if I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna share back to again to the community, it's either giving or paying back. I want to be an inspiration. I wanna take this opportunity to show to people that you don't need to judge someone based on their mistakes. Don't define them based on what you hear, because there's always two sides of the story. Better for you if you hear something, don't add up, or better, you don't say anything,
That's
because
like
it will
that's
really
like
like crumbles everything. And for me, that's
Yes.
yeah, that's like us not saying
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Because we
Yeah,
know
I
we
mean,
know how difficult Dubai is.
Yes.
yeah, yeah. To be
Deidre,
honest, to be honest, everyone, uh, our community here is very small. For us, if you do good or bad, people will say something to you. Whether you you're just sharing everybody that you can be an inspiration, but on their minds, it's a different story. So, um, for me,
Don't worry
really, like,
about people's opinions, though, honey. You'll never do anything in the world if you worry about what people's opinions are. They're
exactly,
just going
like,
to have it, whether you're good or bad, you're a saint or a sinner. People are always going to have their talk. The only relationships that matter are your relationship with God and your relationship with yourself. Whether or not you can
exactly.
look yourself in the mirror every day. I mean, that if you're cool with both of those, don't worry about what anybody else has to say.
uh,
Doesn't
is
matter.
is it?
That's what really I've learned. That's what
Yes.
really I've learned, because
Yeah.
to be honest, the things that happened to me, it really gave so much impact, huge impact to myself, that it's better to have this kind of circle rather than
A small
a huge
circle of
circle,
trusted
which you
people,
don't
much
know who's
better.
true to you
Yeah.
Yeah.
or not.
But
My boss, my boss is such a giver. She's such a giver. She can say no to anybody, but
right, right.
when she experiences everything, that's it.
So
She
And
I think
learned.
that you've probably given back to her. You haven't like paid her back per se, but you've honored her, what
Yes.
she's given you by being an example to others and inspiring other people, to do good
Exactly.
too, which is wonderful. It's a distinct difference though, I think, between paying back and giving back in that way, and giving back to somebody by honoring what they have done for you. That's not exactly
yeah.
paying back, is
So
it? It's
I'm gonna be the devil's advocate this time. What?
Oh, it's your turn.
So
Oh my
what?
God.
We know Dubai is a small community, and we know you don't get away with anything there. Um, what do we do in Dubai, for example, or anywhere in the world when you cannot pay back, yet you want to give back? What is that difference, and what is the balancing act here? How do you let your community knows that you're in a spot where you cannot pay back and maybe you're seeking forgiveness? What do you do?
Well, I think
To be
honesty is the
honest,
best policy, in my opinion. I mean, especially when it comes to, say, money. Sometimes times are hard, and that happens to everybody from time to time, right? But I think that sometimes the willingness to do whatever you can, say, in terms of, whatever you can do on good faith, and maybe even exchange, something for, like, I don't know, maybe some work rather than, pay back in money or goods, maybe services, could be offered. I come from the old South, where a good barter is always a good thing that you can use as well.
And I like the
My grandpa taught me that, money isn't always, needed to pay back the debt. You can barter other things, right.
And I like the honesty factor. So our listeners wanted us to pay back, and they also want us to give back. But again, going backwards is looking at where we can try not to be in that situation in the first place. I know I've been talked about in Dubai that I think someone said I bought all of my awards. I said, well, yes, I did. If I paid all of my sponsorships and attendance to speak, then of course I paid for it. I paid for everything I do because I don't like to borrow or pay. But people have borrowed from me and they did not or cannot or did not or pay back. I'm not sure what they're interested. But I don't personally, I don't want to look at it. I just shake my head and wish they would pay me back for what they borrowed. Or I also wish they never borrowed and just ask for it as a given. But people are going to be caught in a position where if you just borrowed money and you didn't pay it back, it may not be maliciously. It may be because of the circumstances of the economical conditions that hit you. But you have to tell them that. You can't just hide from them or not tell them. You have to tell them, I am in a bad situation. I messed up. What can we do to solve this? Or can you forgive my debt? The person might say, I understand. And they may just forgive your debt right on the spot. And I had to do that in Dubai for thousands of dirhams. I just can't, I don't want to publicize that and who. And I would never look back at it. I have to look forward at what I'm doing.
Exactly.
So I have an art of giving back and not an art of paying back in that sense. That's
It's really like a very good example. A good example of mine, everyone, is that happened last year because I was not wise enough to secure my own self, secure my own safety when it comes to dealing with people. For me, I thought before that just by you as a friend telling you that can you be part of this event? Can you help me to do this? I thought that by just that word, it
Some
could have it
glitchiness.
can save me from the fury. Yeah, suddenly that I'm sorry.
I'm hearing, I'm a little bit, your voice is a little
You can hear
glitchy. It
me?
could be the connection, perhaps. I'm not sure.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you
And
hear now? Can
and
you
I
hear me?
think you said that you were hoping that you were on even ground when you invited someone to your event. Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
Um, yeah, somehow like that. But I thought that when I invited them to be part of that event, I thought that it's okay if we don't have contract, if okay that it's just
Oh,
friendship dealing could be
cringe.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, because I thought that they're my so close friends, I thought it's like that. That's my one of the
No.
lessons that's one of the lessons that I got. And then suddenly I thought that the company who I'm connected with on that time will support me in any way and in the
Mhm.
most deepest way. But suddenly I was just alone standing. And I
Yeah.
have to pay these people
Yeah.
that I invited. And I
And
have to pay them.
they will be mad at you for not paying them back. Regardless of how much
Right.
you gave back, they will be mad at you for not paying them back. And so that's what you have to settle on your terms. Sameena is being quiet and taking it all in. Tell us, Sameena, what did you
Yes,
gather?
I've had enough experiences because even I'm an expat in the country. I'm from India, as you all know, and we all come here with certain dreams and certain aspirations. And like Jess, even I have not been wise enough to save for myself, and I kept helping people so much that I have been in tough times, and I have been in really tough times, and I really didn't have that help back again from anybody who I have helped. Anyways, I don't wish bad for them. I never will
No.
wish bad for them. But then if they are going to be just treating me like, okay, we don't even know you, and treating me badly, that's when I would like to tell these people that if you don't pay me back, you will pay back in life. And how you
Yeah.
will pay and how they will pay
Exactly.
back is, something understood by
Yeah.
itself. That's
Well,
it.
I think that now I've gotten to a point, I mean, after being worked over so many times myself, by different situations, that I'll give you a little benefit of age. We get to a point where we know the situations where we need things in writing or not.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about a purely transactional kind of thing. It's always good to have things in writing, even if it's a small loan. Say this is our understanding
Exactly.
between us, is, even if it's a memo of understanding,
Yeah.
it really does help solidify the fact that you very much expect, to be paid for this, and on at a certain time as well. Otherwise, if you're talking about friends, maybe if you didn't hear the episode last week, I don't recommend doing any business with friends or family at all. I mean, not that these guys here aren't my friends, they are. It's just that, we're all doing this on a voluntary basis. This is all us giving back. Volunteer work is very different. That's a different situation. But, I really think that if you
Exactly.
value the family member or the friendship that you're in, you will not enter into anything and anything financial with them unless it's giving them a gift. If they're in a dire strait, it's better to give it to them as a gift rather than expect them to pay it back.
Yeah.
Say,
Yeah.
look, if you
You
can
see,
pay it back, great. If you don't, skip it. It's okay.
Yeah.
And
So
don't expect it.
so due to time, Bats, due to time, we really appreciate you coming on, and it seemed like a testimonial for us. And I'm glad you're
yeah,
able to express yourself. And as much as possible, we are different ages, of course, and we're upfront with our community. We try to keep ourselves out of situations where we have to pay back so we can concentrate on giving back. But we all get caught in this perception of who we are and who we ought to be. And so I'm very, very glad that you're on. As I mentioned, we have another podcast coming up. And so we try to close appropriately. Sameena?
Yes, absolutely.
that's
Thank you so
great.
much for sharing your thoughts, and we
Thank you
wish
so
very well
much.
for you and for your company, who's been giving back to everyone. All the best.
So nice to
Thank
meet
you very
you.
much.
Keep doing
I'm
what you're
honored. I'm
doing.
honored
Good
to meet you
soul.
guys. So thank you so much. I'm glad and honored to meet you, Miss Dedra, Miss Sameena,
No
and Mr. B. I'm so honored because this is the time that this is the first time ever that I share this into public because I've learned so much the hard way that it's not about friendship. It's about it's about how you deal properly. Because until now, I'm paying them on my own pocket just to save not that company, but to save myself because I don't want to be turned out as a non-credible person when it comes to friendship, when it comes to dealings, and when it comes to being human.
Yes, and
Well,
it's
honor is
important.
a real
It's
thing. Good
easy to
job.
speak to us here on Free Talk. I know you have a lot of damage control and work to do in your community with your company personality and self. And it's easy to come on. I encourage anyone and everyone to come on to Free Talk with Mr. B, to clear the air, because we are a friendly crowd and we can listen
Yes.
carefully and share it with our listening community. So thank you so much for being on.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Mr. B, and
Thank
thank you so
you.
much, everybody.
See you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.